Hello, my name is Mike Morrison, and I'm going to give you a general overview of Soholaunch Ultra. We're going to go ahead and log in here to the Ultra dashboard. Should just take a second. This is where you'll log in to edit your website. The first screen you'll see here is the dashboard and the left-hand menu. The left-hand menu lets you access all areas in Soholaunch Ultra, and you can declutter it by hitting the collapse all or expand all buttons to see what all the items are. The first screen, your sort of home base, is going to be this dashboard screen right here. A couple things to notice right away about the dashboard. First, the getting started video tutorial. If this was a brand new site, it's a demo site that we use sometimes, but if this was your first login, you would see this, which is sort of a 6-minute overview video of Soholaunch Ultra. Right now you're getting the 30-minute overview, and this video right here is the 6-minute overview. So that's accessible to you anytime through this watch the tutorial video button. Also, this What Should I Do Next wizard. Some of you may be familiar with our other product, Soholaunch Pro. In that product, we had a 1, 2, 3 setup wizard, which a lot of site builders have, and we had that for a while. But what we found with the 1, 2, 3 wizard was that people were feeling stuck. You know, the first step was pick a template, then it was give us a title, then it was put in your email address, pick some pages. That kind of setup made people feel like those choices were permanent and that they couldn't go outside them, and it didn't get them playing with the rest of the features and experimenting, which is how you learn. So what we did instead of the 1, 2, 3 wizard was we created this sort of smart to-do list. And what this, we call it the What Should I Do Next wizard. And if this were a brand new website, this would have, and not a demo site we'd been using for a while, this would have probably 10 or 15 items on it. The What Should I Do Next wizard will detect what you haven't done and suggest next actions to you. And if you click on any of these links, it'll take you to the relevant area to do that action. And once you complete that step, it'll check that item off for you. And so this list will get shorter and shorter as you experiment and build your website. It really is just intended to get you playing with the product. And that's really the best, again, the best way to learn is just to experiment and click buttons. Other thing to notice is this update button right here. We make software version updates very, very easy in Ultra. We want you to stay up to date to get all the latest features and patches and things. And we do release updates a lot. Ultra is a kind of a new lifecycle product, so which in English means that there's lots of cool features still coming for all that it does already. So whenever there's a new version update available, you'll see this update button in the top right. I'll show you how easy version updating is. I'm going to click this. I'm going to select the latest update. I'm going to click Install Now. And this should only take 10 or 15 seconds. And your entire website will be updated to the latest version. Just give that a second to complete. You can see here in the background, you'll see the list of changes in the version you just installed. And there we go. The front end will refresh, and we're on the latest version. So that's all it takes. We do really recommend that you stay updated as much as possible because that'll ensure that you get the best experience and all the latest features and fixes. So the other thing to notice about this dashboard, I'll just glance on these couple last things as quickly as I can, is this visitor traffic summary. Ultra does include built-in site statistics. Our built-in stats are meant sort of to wet your whistle for web stats. If this was a live website, not a demo site, you'd see a nice bar graph in here. Once you get into web stats, you're going to want to come down here and set up Google Analytics, which is free. But we do provide basic built-in stats, which can be kind of a handy at-a-glance view. Also, in these two areas right here are your recently edited pages, just for your convenience. And if you had blog posts and shopping cart purchases and those kind of things, they would show up right here in this empty square. One last thing about the dashboard is this Get Support button. Whenever you get stuck, or if you have a question or anything like that, please click this button. I think it's very under-noticed, and it's a very powerful button. First, when you click the button, you'll see the context-sensitive user's manual. Context-sensitive means that if you were in the shopping cart and you click the user's manual button, it would open to the page in the user's manual focusing on the shopping cart. So you can start here and try to get an idea what does what through if you're a reader, and get an idea of how things work that way. If this doesn't do it for you, or if you can't figure out the answer to your question here, you can click tutorial videos. And these are in-depth tutorial videos on every single feature. They're going to go deeper into each feature that I'm going to in this video. If you still can't figure out how to get an answer to your question through the user's manual tutorial videos, Ultra has built-in support ticketing. This is a feature that really distinguishes Ultra from some of the other things you might see out there. You can access our help desk directly from inside the product. You don't have to go to our website and log in or anything like that. You can submit tickets directly to us. So if you have questions, please submit a ticket, and we'll get to those directly. So you'll be talking directly to Soholaunch techs or techs with your hosting company, or both. We really try to put a team effort into resolving any questions you have. So please use that button freely. That's it for the dashboard coverage. I'm going to start going into a couple features now. I'm going to try not to go too deep. Again, we have the really in-depth tutorials in the support button there. I'll start with the file manager. This may seem like a boring feature, but it has it does a couple of neat tricks in Ultra. One of those neat tricks is this mouse over image preview. You can see here it makes browsing images very, very fast. And also, these are, for what it's worth, Soholaunch weddings. Each of these pictures are pictures of Soholaunch developers getting married. The other cool thing Ultra does with pictures, if I can find a big image, there we go. I click this. You can actually resize and rotate and crop images directly inside of the Ultra dashboard or the Ultra admin tool. I'm that one, for what it's worth. And so this can save you some time. It can save you a jump to Photoshop. So it's a very popular feature. Other thing we do with files is we automatically optimize them for the web. So if you upload an image from your digital camera, it'll format that for the web automatically instead of making your pages take forever to load. You can also upload zip files full of images, and it will extract the zip automatically. Go into the blog manager here. The blog manager is a very comprehensive. Most features in Soholaunch are very built out. The whole idea behind Soholaunch is comprehensiveness. So you'll see a lot of these features are not just shallow features. They do a lot, each one. And you might not use all the features in Soholaunch, but that's the idea, is to give you all the tools you would ever need to build whatever website you want to build. Maybe you won't use the features with this website, but you might build another website that you will use them with. We see that happen a lot. A lot of people start out building one website with Soholaunch, and they end up building 20 a couple years down the road. Anyway, so this is the blog manager. We do recommend that everybody blog, because it's a great way to build search engine traffic and add quality content to your site and show that you're passionate about your topic. I know those are kind of hackneyed points, but it really is a powerful thing, and it's very cathartic as well. So we recommend it all across the board. So you have all the features you can expect from a blog manager, like you have public posts and draft posts. You can do multiple authors. You can do tags and categories. Just play around with it, create a blog, and start is the best way to learn. And ask us questions through the help button if you get stuck. You see here you can manage all your blog categories and posts and your authors. Our office dog Ellie writes most of our blog entries, as you can see. You can also manage blog comments. There's a whole management interface just for that. The shopping cart is a big enough feature to where it could justify its own webinar. So I'm going to go on this kind of briefly, but know that there's a lot of features to the shopping cart. We really could have offered the shopping cart as a standalone product, but we wanted to build it in, so we had this complete toolkit. A lot of site builders you'll see out there have like a buy button. We have a complete cart with products and categories and 15 ways to accept payment and all that. So really explore this. If you're looking to do e-commerce, we do have a pretty powerful tool for you built in. Really, the shopping cart is bigger by far than any of the other features. So I'll go ahead and show you a couple things that it can do. You can have lots of product options, including multiple images, lots of images per product. You can do price variation. That may sound a little confusing, but practically it means that you could charge more for medium t-shirts than you do for small t-shirts if you wanted to. You can do quantity discounts, which means if you want to offer incentives for people to buy more, you can do that. Advanced options, a couple of these I'll touch on real quick. It looks kind of like a scary form, but really it's stuff that's there in case you need it, like being able to associate a web form with a shopping cart product to collect info from the visitor, right, specific to that product they're ordering. And you can turn off tax and things like that. We do have a full international tax support. Coupons, we do have a full coupon code feature. You can do percentage coupons, dollar amount coupons. A lot of these back-end screens in Soholaunch Ultra can look kind of simple, but really they're very, very powerful features. As you can see here, you can associate coupon codes with individual products or with all products. You can set them to expire, and you can create as many coupons as you want. Everything in Soholaunch is unlimited. Payment options, we offer, I think at last count, about 10 or 12 ways that you can accept payment on your website. Of course, we have PayPal and Authorize.net and WorldPay, which are the most popular. We also have some others that you might be interested in, like eWay. It's a very popular gateway in Australia, and the UK, and New Zealand. So we offer both of their options, with more coming, where we add payment gateways all the time. So if you have one you'd like to use, please let us know. Shipping, we offer built-in UPS shipping, with FedEx coming very soon. So you can calculate UPS rates automatically. You can also charge by subtotal, which is a very popular one, or just by SKU, which is really what most people start out doing. And that means that you can say this product costs me X amount of dollars to ship. So I have a t-shirt that costs $2 per t-shirt to ship. And if they add 5 t-shirts, then I want it to be $10 in shipping. That's the way most people start out doing it. And then you can get into UPS and stuff later as you get more comfortable. We do have full order management. You can customize the appearance of your cart, colors, what appears, what doesn't appear, that kind of thing, even down to what options are available in the billing form. You can also manage shopping cart comments. This is a new feature for this particular version of Ultra, is we added a shopping cart comment manager, which is pretty cool. And business information is just, that's usually the first thing you do is come here and configure your email address and things like that, which is where we'll send notifications of purchases to. So make sure you configure business information first. And close these features we've already gone over. We have a full event calendar. This feature is very popular with clubs and groups and churches who have a lot of events to host and advertise. You can also do public and private calendars. I'll get to the member logins feature down here in a second, but just know that if you want to have some events that only members can see and other events that are available to the public, you can do that. You can also do recurring events. You can assign pages that explain the event in greater detail. You can have start times and end times, all the things you'd expect from a calendar feature. You can also do email newsletters. The newsletter feature helps you market to your existing customers and to new customers. I haven't gone over the web forms feature yet, but you could, for example, build a sign-up form that lets people put in their email address and sign up for your list, and then you could send newsletters to them. The other way you could use the newsletter feature is to send to other lists, like the shopping cart customers. That's one of the big benefits of Soholaunch, is that all the features work together. It's not a bunch of features acting separately. They're all very harmonious. So you could build a form with the web form builder, attach it to a shopping cart item, and then send a newsletter to email addresses you collected from shopping cart purchases. You could chain things together like that. It's very easy for you to market to your customers or market to your prospects using this newsletter feature. You can also see these are just demo sends or newsletter campaigns. But if we had sent out a large campaign, we would be able to see the number of people who had opened the newsletter, which is very handy. I'm going to skip I'll go over photo albums briefly. Photo albums, you can do unlimited pictures, and also with captions and links for each picture. The other key thing to remember about photo albums is that if you want to do like a slider, like a sliding image gallery that you see on a lot of websites, you use the photo album feature to build the image rotation, or build the images you want in the list, and then you drag and drop the slider on the page, which I'll show you in a minute. Web forms feature. Soholaunch includes a complete form builder. I'll go and edit one of these forms. You can add all types of fields to your forms. You're probably already familiar with text boxes and radio buttons and checkboxes, and comment boxes as well. But we also can do file upload fields, and we can do email auto reply fields as well. So that's a popular feature with photographers a lot. So a photographer will say, send me your images, and then I'll do my thing, or retouch them or whatever. So they'll have a form where clients can upload the images, and so that upload feature is very popular with that. You can have multiple choices with radios, as you'd expect. Like that. You can set one choice by default if you would like. The other thing to notice here about the web form builder is this little email icon right here. What this means is it's an email auto reply field. So the difference between, say, adding a field that just is a text field that is named email address. Note that you don't want to do what I'm doing right now and create two fields with the same name. That's generally bad. But didn't take the name. Oh, there it goes. Let's see. Type that in again. There we go. So click it up for the record. Once you type in the field right here, what you want to do is like this. Let's say if I change the name and spell email address wrong, you click away like that to update the preview area. Correct the spelling. And that should update it. There we go. So the difference between these two fields, they both look like a text field called email address, but one of them has the email icon. And what the email icon signifies is that when people fill in their email address in this field, it will send them a receipt to that address that they filled in. So if some people want to do that, some people don't. If you want to send a receipt out, then you want to do add field email address for auto reply. If you don't want a receipt to go out, then just add a normal text field and name it email address. So I'll go ahead and save that form. And at this point, I'm going to keep going with the features you can build, and then I'm going to show you how to drop all these on pages and things. Ultra also includes a very comprehensive site search feature. This is more than just sort of a built-in Google search include. This is a very custom search feature that searches your whole website, and it was built from scratch for Soholaunch by us. You can customize your results display. You can change colors of the text that comes out on the results page. You can preview it here. You can also see statistics about what gets searched. This can be very handy. This is a demo site, so we have lots of messed up looking searches, but you can see what people are searching for, which can help you customize your content, and especially you can see things that people are searching for and not finding, which can be particularly telling. Database tables. This feature may seem a little bit advanced to you. You may not ever use it unless you're going in to check on your web form signups, which I'll get to in a minute. If somebody submits a web form on your website, it's saved to a table that gets created here. So you'll probably be viewing things there, and you might be viewing cart customers or something like that. But this feature is actually pretty handy if you don't mind messing with it. You can see here I have a contacts table that was created by a web form. If you've ever seen PHP-MyAdmin or anything like that, this feature is sort of a streamlined version of those kind of functionalities. So you can view your system tables if you like, but usually you're going to be here in the user tables, which are tables that were created by things that you created, so by web forms and things like that. You can go ahead and skip that because the word database scares most people, but I promise you if the word database scares you right now, it's basically just an Excel spreadsheet, for all intents and purposes at this point. Just know that this is a feature worth exploring if you want to see sort of the nitty-gritty of your site's data. And very, very, very handy for advanced users. We use it a lot internally. The member logins feature, another one that's great for groups and clubs and organizations. This is if you want to password protect pages. You can actually do more than that. Because all features in Soholaunch work together, you can password protect pages or shopping cart items or event calendars. If you want to do wholesale pricing, you could set up certain shopping cart products that are behind a password screen, or certain calendar events that require a login first. The most common use is to create members-only areas. So you can have multiple groups with members, which is kind of like, think of it as secret, top secret, or above top secret, or public knowledge. You can do clearance levels like that. You can also import users by CSV. If you have a member roster that's in a CSV or an Excel spreadsheet, you can pull that into the member logins feature all at once and save you some input time. This user info tab, usually people import from Excel for this, for filling out first name and address and that kind of thing. But the cool point about this is that if that tab's filled out and they check out the shopping cart when they're logged in, it'll remember all their info from their member account. FAQ Manager is a very small feature. It's for adding a question and answer series like this. But if you need one, it's there for you. Traffic statistics. Again, we try to include a basic statistics package to get you started with web stats. And these can be some handy stats like top pages, views by day, referring sites is particularly handy. It's a demo site, so it doesn't have any referring sites. But once you get really interested in web stats, by looking at these built-in ones, we hope that you'll come down here and click Google Analytics. Because Google Analytics is a free statistics package offered by Google that it provides you more information about your visitors than you ever thought you could know. And really, it put a lot of web stats companies out of business when Google came out with this. And so what we've done is just included Google Analytics. This is by far the most stats package, and we make it very easy for you to integrate. When you sign up with Google, they'll give you tracking code, which is, they'll say, copy and paste this code onto every page of your website. You don't have to copy and paste it on every page. Just put it in this box once. Take the code they give you, stick it in this box, hit save, you're done forever. It's one of the features in Soholaunch that you really just sort of set it and forget it. So we really recommend you get into Google Analytics. It can really help you build a quality website. And we try to make it easy. We also, in case you're already familiar with Google Analytics, we also have Google Webmaster Tools built in, so it's easier for you to integrate with that too. Google Webmaster Tools, if you're not familiar with it, helps you diagnose crawl errors, which is when Google finds your site and is browsing your site and sort of stumbles over something. It'll help you find those problems. Google Webmaster Tools will, so you can set that up very easily too. Usually they just have you upload a verification file, which we make very easy again here in Soholaunch. Last, I'll go over the page editor. So now that I've shown you how to set up all these features, I'm going to show you how to add them to pages. Right now we only have the home page created. You can create unlimited pages. So I'm going to edit the home page. You can see this grid here. This grid's a little off-putting the first time you see it to some people, but I promise that it is your friend. The purpose of this grid is to make it easy for you to put things next to each other. Most pages that you build are going to be just one column like this. So I'm going to insert some text right here, and you can see what I did there was just I dragged and dropped the text editor box into that square. So you'll have things like that, and you might have some shopping cart items. I'm going to drag and drop shopping out down here into this grid square. I'm doing this slowly on purpose, by the way. So you might have shopping cart items like that. But what happens if you want to do 3 items in a row? Well, then you can take the shopping cart item, which is right there, and drag it into this box. I don't have 3 products. It's a very horrible image for that product. We're going to have to redo that for this demo site. I'll just do 2 men's t-shirts. And so there you go. It makes it very easy to sort of set up a 3-column layout like that. And note that if you only have 1 column filled out like this, it'll expand into the other 2. So if I were to preview this page, this text would take up all 3, and these would be nicely, columnized into 3 like that. So the grid is your friend when you need it, and when you don't, it just tries to get out of the way. Most of the time, you're going to spend your time here in this text editor window, just typing text. But all of these other drag and drop objects up here correspond to features you might have seen on the main menu on the left-hand side. So you'll see things like shopping cart and photo album and calendar. These are things you'd set up back on that main menu, and then you drag onto this page, onto any page really. You can also there are also some other objects that aren't configured elsewhere, like the social media one. You can drag and drop social share buttons right there. You can also do Facebook and Twitter news feeds. You can also do a news feed from your own blog if you'd like. So there are a lot of social options as well. Just really, again, play around with this and just test it. It's the best way to learn. It's just push buttons. You're not going to break anything. And if you're paranoid about breaking something, I'm going to go back to the main menu here. You can come down here to the backup restore feature and make a backup first. And call it scared. You can back up your website. and then you can go play around. And if you break something, you can come back here and restore it. So make compulsive backups. It's very handy. One last thing I'm going to show you here is something that's a little bit experimental with increasing support in every new version of Soholaunch, and that's built-in responsive templates. Responsive templates, I'll show you what this means. What I'm going to do is pull up this demo website we created so far. It's going to be a very boring looking website. I should probably add some shopping cart products. I'm going to go ahead and do that, because right now it just has test text on there. But add some shopping cart products. Like, we'll do men's t-shirt, and we'll add a calendar. Now I'm going to view this page. Actually, open it in a new window. What I'm going to do is open it in my own tab. And again, sorry for the boring page. I should have added some more content. Now, there's nothing on our menu. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple things here just to build this out and show you what it can do. Kill that calendar because we have no events. It looks empty. Let's go with a photo album. Let's save that. What I'm going to do now is create some more items and add them to our site's navigation menu right up here on this bar. And this translate button, by the way, is a built-in feature. That's Google Translate. You can turn that on and off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this translate feature, and I'm going to add some menu items to our bar right here. I'm going to create some pages. Like, you can see here, you can just add items to the menu very conveniently. Generally, if this is a development site and nobody sees it, you can just add menu items freely. If this was a live site that people were visiting, you'd want to build the page and then add it to the menu. But since, again, this is just a demo site, I'm just going to keep adding things to the menu. There's a bigger menu management feature right here, but right now I'm just ticking the boxes to add them, just for convenience sake. What some other pages we could have? We could have directions and mission. Nobody does mission statements anymore, but we'll add it anyway. You can see all these rows are blue. That's because they're recently edited pages. That may seem a little bit redundant right now, but if you had 200 pages created, you'd be very grateful for the 7 rows that are blue, showing you what you just created, so you could access them quickly. And those are the same pages that are listed right here, and you can access very quickly. It's just a convenience feature. If you don't like it, you can clear it. So I'm going to go back to our menu. I'm going to organize things here. I'm actually going to clear this that we just created. And I'm going to add our home. I'm going to go about us. You can add pages and subpages. So I'm going to add a, let's go with executive bios and directions, and put those under about us, even though directions should probably go under contact us, but we're going to ignore that for now. I'm going to go shopping and mission. So we're going to save that. And now you can see on our website, when we refresh, see the photo album or Soholaunch weddings right here, but you also see this menu up here that we just created. It has a nice flyout effect right here. I'm going to show you what this template does that's special and that most new Soholaunch templates are going to do. You might have heard that. I'm going to turn off this translate button real quick. Oops, sorry, I keep dragging my tabs out. That's called tearing off a tab, in case you're curious. I just learned that phrase the other day. Anyway, so I'm going to go down here to global settings, and I'm going to turn off the translate button. You can choose, by the way, to offer Google Translate both in the admin panel and on your website or not. So I'm going to refresh, and that translate button should be gone. There we go, it's gone. Now, here's the cool part about Soholaunch templates, or the new ones especially. This is what it looks like on a desktop browser. But what happens when somebody pulls up your site on an iPad? It should look about the same, especially on an iPad landscape view like that. But an iPhone, let's see what that looks like. You can see how it collapses very nicely. It all comes together. And so to give you a demo of what that process looks like, you can see as I collapse the page into smaller and smaller widths, the template sort of snaps and adjusts. So look at the menu especially, it just pops right down there. And it collapses very, very elegantly for mobile phones. So that's what's called a responsive template. It responds to the device width. And so a lot of our templates coming are very responsive like that. And this particular template is built with a very popular responsive template library. In case you're a developer listening to this, you can use Zerb's Foundation library. It's native. That was probably too technical of a comment for most of you watching this, but just know that it's very easy to build responsive templates if you want to create your own. Now, I think that about wraps us up for a general overview. Back to the dashboard here. Again, any questions? You can try Ultra for 95 cents a month as of this video production. So for the first month, it's 95 cents. So just definitely, it's worth giving a try, I think. And if you have any questions, please hit that Get Support button and let us know. And thank you for watching. If you have also suggestions for videos, please contact us and let us know what you'd like to see. Thanks very much.